Dale, what up, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
So we finally get to sit down and talk. Normally it's always at the golf tournament, moving,
right.
like something real quick.
That's right. It is always like
Never did a sit down.
somewhere. We're always out somewhere. But
Well,
that's a good thing.
Hey, I tell people all the time. I don't understand folk who say, man, no, I don't really want to do that, And I think COVID has caused a lot of people to learn to live and stop and like, well, I don't really want to go there. I just want to stay in the house. I don't really want to go out for drinks and eat. I think it caused a lot of folk to say, hold up, you know what? I miss stuff like that. I need to get out.
Without a doubt. I know a lot of people that now are enjoying finally getting out. I mean, I see it just in the shows we're doing. The shows are jam-packed with people. They ain't wearing masks though. They need to put them there, man.
Yeah. You got that right.
But people are enjoying getting out. It's like the golf tournament we just did. Sed's golf tournament, packed with people.
See, I think that what I often say on my show is that there are numerous lessons from COVID, and I think one of the lessons is that one, people cannot take life for granted, can't take health, well-being for granted.
Right.
And so if you're able to be mobile, to travel and do these things, they realized when they couldn't do stuff,
right,
what it means to be able to really step out and do some stuff. Yeah,
COVID taught us a lot. It taught us how uncleanly we were. Because, I mean, we travel a lot and you go through these airports and people, the worst thing is the men's room. It's just nasty. People are just nasty out there. So COVID kind of woke us up to what we really need to be doing.
Bro, so air quality.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is, there was a video, I forgot, I guess it was in Venice. It was somewhere I was watching it, and the dolphins had never been near the shoreline or whatever,
right,
because the water had cleared up. We're talking about here in Los Angeles, how things change, all sort of stuff like that. I mean, that's, again, we realize, whoa, if we're not driving as much, we're not flying as much, how even the air changed.
Right, everything changed. I mean, it was just being able to get somewhere when you had to go with no traffic in LA, that was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And the air quality changed because you didn't have all those emissions going out. COVID taught us a lot, and it gave us a chance to reflect on who we were and to enjoy our family. We either enjoyed our family
or couldn't stand.
Or else it
COVID led to a lot of COVID divorces.
There's a lot of COVID divorces.
They were like, I don't really like your ass. I mean, it was amazing number. It was amazing number of cats like, man, we got to do some stuff. I can't stand her ass. and it was a trip. Because people asking me, they were like, man, how you dealing with COVID? I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I'm seriously, I was not. They were like, man, because it hit me. I had traveled for 16 straight years.
Yeah.
So to have no bags packed, I normally would have 3 or 4 suitcases.
Right. I know the feeling.
That was an old trip, the most recent trip, the last 2 trips unpacked, and so just to chill. I didn't even, let me tell you how crazy this was. I wasn't trying to mess with COVID. I ain't play golf. I think I played.
I didn't either.
3 or 4 rounds all of 2020.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, but it's outdoors. Like, no, bro, I ain't touching nothing.
I don't blame you.
I ain't talking to nobody. And they go, no, but you can stay off the tee. I said, no, I'm safe at the crib.
There you go. I know people who died from playing golf, from being out on the golf course. Good friend of mine up at Woodland Hills Country Club. I think the chef got COVID. Next thing you know, a few members got COVID. So he goes out, he plays with the members. He went, felt sick, went to get tested positive on Friday, died on Saturday.
Dang.
So
yeah, you like leave some clubs in the
yeah. So I left them. I hadn't played all through COVID. I think the first time I played was probably Sed's tournament. I haven't been out playing. I started hitting balls. I said, I better hit some balls because I ain't a great golfer to begin with. I just kind of, you know. So I started hitting some balls, and then I just started now playing in some of the tournaments. But yeah, COVID, man, COVID scared me because just too many people close to me passed, and you know, I took it seriously.
For artists, man, it was especially artists that depend on touring.
Right.
It really, so you're talking about the artist, but the band.
Everything,
I mean,
affected everything.
Yeah.
It affected all the companies that provide the backlines. It affected the whole music industry, just got devastated. I don't think it's the first time I hadn't toured since 1972.
Wow.
I've always been outdoors, so I really had to adjust from going from always being out to not being able to do anything, you know. But, you know, it kind of helped me a lot. I sat back, I kind of reflected on what I need to do now. I mean, I don't think I ever, in years, sat around and did vocal exercises. I never did. I just took it for granted because I was working every week.
Right.
So I needed the week to recover after all the weekend stuff, so I never was doing exercise. But, you know, now I had time to do it, and it's amazing how much it helped, you know, but you don't think about that. You just take everything for granted. Hadn't played drums since 1975. Decided to sit down behind some drums, and so now I'm playing a little drums, and I might play a song in my set, you know, still mess around with that idea of singing and playing. But things that I hadn't had a chance to do, I got a chance to do it. So I think a lot of good things did come out of COVID.
Pull up a chair, take your seat. The Black Tape with me, Dr. Greg Carr, here on the Black Star Network. Every week, we'll take a deeper dive into the world we're living in. Join the conversation only on the Black Star Network.
So folks know you from singing solo, from LTD, but that wasn't how you started in the music business.
No, I started playing drums and singing in my hometown of Providence back in, well, I guess when I was 15 years old, I started playing drums. And I got my first big break with OJs. We were just talking about Eddie earlier. They came through my hometown. They were playing in this nightclub, and I used to have my local band. We played in the club. So the club owner said, come on up and check out the OJs. And I'm like, what, the OJs? Oh, my God. So I go up to see him that night, and the night I go to see him, they had a drummer who was partaking in one of those substances. And back in the day, you know.
Let's say he wasn't fully there.
He wasn't fully there. So in between songs, he was actually nodding out. He would play the song, and then the song would stop, and So I'm looking, I'm like 15, I'm like.
Are you serious?
What is this? What is this shit? So I got a chance to meet Eddie at the end of the show. Club owner said, come on back. So I meet Eddie, I said, Eddie, man, what's going on with this drummer? He said, yeah, we need a little help on the. I said, well, you know, I know a few guys in town. If you let me audition, I'll bring a couple of other drummers up. So he said, okay, all right. He said, but you're kind of young. I said, that's all right, let me, you know. So I brought a few drummers up the next day. We all auditioned, and I ended up getting the job. I was 15 years old. I got to play for 2 weeks in a nightclub with the OJs. And my mom was like, don't you think about leaving town. You just stay your ass in. I said, but Mom, you know, and they were like, you know, you want to do the gig? I'm like, well, I can't do the gig. My mom ain't gonna let me do the gig. But that was like all the inspiration and motivation I needed. I got a chance to play with them when I was 15 years old.
That is crazy.
And that's what I did. I played drums and sang at the same time, all the time. So
first of all, that's crazy. You're 15 years old and you're playing drums with the OJs. I mean, like, are you sitting there like, it's the damn OJs?
Oh yeah, I'm
15.
I'm 15, but I had worked part-time in this record store, so I knew everything that was out. You know, so I felt comfortable because I knew all of their songs. So I got a chance to rehearse with him. Went up, did the audition, and it was amazing for me. All my friends came up there, oh man, you with the OJs? I'm like, yeah. I was like, but that was great, man. And I've been friends with Eddie ever since. I mean, that's how far back we go.
Wow.
You know, so, you know, in 1975, it was the last time I played drums, you know, with LTD. We had A Love Ballad was the big hit. The record company comes and they said, man, you got to get up behind them damn drums. The women love this song. You got 4 horn players. They're standing in front of you. They're doing all these steps. You got to get your ass up.
So you're singing on Love Ballad, but
Yeah.
you also playing.
I played on Love Ballad too, yeah.
So you
Well, we got a drummer for the concerts. When
Okay,
that album
got
hit,
it.
we got a drummer for the concerts. But I played on the records.
Right.
So, yeah, so in 75, they told me I had to get up.
right. So the
You
record
gotta
label
get up.
like,
Yeah,
say dog.
they want to know who's singing. So I'm like, okay. So I didn't even know what to
They
do.
can't say, oh, it's the drummer.
It's the
It's the drummer singing.
And I didn't know what to do with my hands because I'm so used to playing and singing. So I'm like, stand up. What am I gonna do? So they got me this guy from the LA City College. He was a theater director. So he came over and he worked with me and he kind of showed me.
He taught you
He taught me how to work a crowd from front because I was never out front doing it.
Right.
Oh man.
So you had this guy comes in, and so he teaches you how to perform.
He teaches me how to perform. And he told me the most important thing is to reach the last person in the last seat. He said, that's who you project to. Project to, if you get him, you got the whole place.
There you go.
So he
That's
was
the same
great.
thing as speaking.
Exactly.
Same thing. When
Yeah.
we're speaking, same thing. When I'm not looking at the people
In the front.
here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the people that corner, in the middle, and then that corner, and then my eyes, I'm working them in.
There you go. That's it. So it was kind of great to learn from someone who had done theater. And that's why I hadn't played drums. That's why now I had to start sitting back behind drums, learning how to play again, because it's been since 1975. Since
Dang, that long. So
Yeah.
between all this time, you just
Yeah, I have never played since 75.
Did you have a drum set at the crib?
I did have a drum set at the crib. Well, I have an electronic set now.
Got it.
I had a drum set, but it's taking up too much space.
Right.
So I took it down, put a little, yeah. But I never really got a chance to sit down and play anymore. I was out front now. I'm standing out there doing all the shows.
Now here's what's interesting. What's interesting is that you talk to bands, and the public thinks, because the drummer of the Rolling Stones just died. He talked
Oh, right,
about it.
exactly.
He talked about you had Mick Jagger as a front man. You had Keith Richards. You had the folks who played guitar as well. But even in James Brown documentary, Clyde Stubblefield, he talked about it as well. He said the drummer is not the lead singer. It's not the person on the organ or the piano or the keyboard. It's not because out of all positions, the drummer is the one who's keeping the time.
He's the foundation. The drummer is the foundation of what's going on. There's
Sheila
no
E.
doubt
gonna
about
say she the foundation.
it. Yeah, well, she is. She is. Sheila E. is all of that.
But again, the public might think it's
Right.
reversed.
It's reversed, right. And I did so many shows back in the day when we were trying to make it, where I was playing drums for people I didn't even know, and they'd be out front singing, and they mess up, and they turn around and look at me like I got to take the blame for it. And I'm like, man, I will get up and grab the mic from you right now. But yeah, the drummer takes a lot of heat for what goes on, but they are really the foundation. And for a singer, because I was a drummer, I'm kind of tough on drummers, not tough, but
Right.
I like a drummer.
That's your expertise.
Yeah, I like somebody that's gonna allow me to phrase relaxed as opposed to, because some drummers, they all play different. Some play on the beat, some play a little behind the beat. I like the ones that play a little behind. They pull it back a little bit. And some of them are right in front of the beat, and they're like edging you. And you're trying to phrase, and they're like pushing. So I'm real funny on the kind of drummer that I like.
Now see the reason I think that's hilarious. So CeeLo has a song called "Fool for You."
Right.
Alice Smith does her version. But the interesting thing is, when you listen, because one day I'm always listening to music in the car. I'm always streaming it. And so one day I said, let me do a breakdown of why these two songs are so different. And people are like, what are you talking about? And and again, I played cornet in the elementary school and bass baritone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Junior high and high school. And so if you listen to those two songs, the CeeLo version, the drum is a ta, ta, it's real soft.
Right.
But the Alice version, ta.
Right.
But so when you listen to, it's like it's the same song.
Same song, right.
Two different artists, but the difference between the songs is the downbeat of the drummer.
Right.
And so I was sitting here breaking this down, and people were like, damn, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
They were like, because I played it back, and they were like, I said, y'all, I said, those two styles totally changes the song. I personally like Alice's version because it just hits hard.
Hits you, right.
Like you just, ta.
Right.
I mean, it's just, whereas the CeeLo's is,
yeah. That's recording. See, people use that side stick on recording all the time. And then when we get live, I always tell my drummer, forget that side stick. I want that crack.
Right.
Give me that pop. You know, you got all these people sitting out there. I don't want that little, I don't want that. No.
Right. Because the thing is, I have this thing called, what is shit music? Because it's like, there's some songs you're like, that's a nice song.
Right.
Then another song you're like,
oh shit.
It hits you.
Right.
It's literally like your boy come up and just hit your ass in your chest like your brother would hit you in your chest.
Right.
I said, that's soul music.
Right.
I said, that to me is soul music. When that song come on and you hear those, I'm talking about you hit the first 5 to 8 seconds, you know, right. Oh, it's the heat's about to come. That's what I call shit music.
And that happens a lot. That happened with just bass and drums. Just the bass come in, like slides. I'd be like,
that's my point.
Oh shit.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Right.
That's why, and that's because did another one I was talking about soul music. And see, that's why I think that period of, first of all, you look at Motown. Absolutely. Right. We know iconic.
Iconic.
Talk about, man, that gritty Stax sound coming out of Memphis. But when I look at music, when I just look at, and I'm a huge music fan, I just think, and there's a period of about 5 years in the 90s, but I just think the absolute unbelievable golden era of, I call it black music, because you talk about soul, because it comes out, is 70s. It's just the songs in that decade, to me,
unbelievable.
A totally different way than Motown 60s, or 80s and 90s. You talking about hip hop, R&B. Right. It's just a different thing.
It was a lot of self-contained units then too. A lot of big bands out in the 70s. You had the Commodores, you had LTD, you had all these bands, Earth, Wind and Fire, and everybody was just playing live, and the music had character. Even the recording, to me.
Yes.
Even the analog recording, when you drop that needle on that record and you feel that little scratch and that warmth that comes off, totally different than all this digital stuff today. This digital stuff is just cool. It's getting a lot better, but it was nothing like that analog and nothing like those songs. They were real songs. They had verses, they had bridges, they had hooks. Today, everyth's written off of one section. One section. Ain't no bridge. Ain't no where the bridge.
Right. And that's why like last night I was sitting here chilling, lights on, jacuzzi going, pool going, had lights down. It was just a vibe, and the stylistics were on.
Oh man.
Bruh.
Man.
It was a medley of stylistics hits.
Tom Bell. That was a bad brother.
So you talk, you had stylistics, you already said Commodores, you had Earth, Wind, and Fire, you had LTD, you had Heat Wave.
Man, think about that.
Again, OJs, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. And the thing to me, since I was having this conversation, we were in a party somewhere in Dallas. And after about 45 minutes, I said, is the DJ playing the same song? Like there literally was nothing distinct.
Exactly.
From artist to artist. And I said, I'm telling you. I said, that to me is the difference when Holding On or Love Ballad comes on.
Right.
And then September comes on.
Right.
And then when I Love Music comes on, they're all distinct.
All distinct.
Song changes, style changes, tone changes, everything changes. I'm sitting here and I'm like, is he playing the same song?
And the same tempo, all same BPM, yeah, you're right. It's a different world right now musically. I mean, when I grew up, there were nightclubs on every corner. We played 7 nights a week, 4 shows a night back then. Today, any nightclubs on the corner is all DJs spinning. So these kids don't even get a chance to groom themselves.
Hone the craft.
In front of people, right. And I think that's the difference also in today's music. A lot of these kids just don't know how to handle themselves in front of crowds. They didn't have that experience. But you're right, the 70s was unbelievable, man.
I forgot, it was at your tournament, or maybe it was someone else's tournament. And of course, I'm always playing music.
I know. I'm always, when your cart goes by, I know who it is.
Cause
you got me rocking.
You got that right, and it's gonna be loud. So I don't believe music was intended to be played softly.
No, not really. No.
No, I don't believe if you got 10 points on the meter, music is supposed to be on 2, 3, or 4.
That's why they put it all on it. Why they put that meter
right,
on
what the hell?
What the hell is it
just
there
like
for?
I'm saying, don't put the speedometer where it goes up to 160, and I'm never supposed to get close to 160.
You ain't supposed to even see it.
Right, I'm like, what the hell is the whole point of having 160 if I don't never get to actually, try to get up to 160?
Right.
So yes, I believe my music starts at 5. See, five is my one. It starts at 5. Then we go to
there you
6,
go.
7, 8, 9, 10. So I was playing something, I don't know what it was, and you said, man, listen to them strings. Talk about the strings. Because you went on, you just start talking about, listen to that, and you said, man, too many artists today, they don't understand or value strings.
Oh, man. Strings, man. And back then, the strings was on just about every recording. You know, we would do the track, and then you would get a great string arranger to come in and do a string arrangement.
I know what it was. It was Our Love.
Oh, really?
I was playing Our Love.
Okay.
And you were marking, because the strings on that song are unbelievable.
Natty Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was it. We had big string sessions. We were spending some money back in the day. People don't realize, we had, our budgets were big back in the day because we had production. And we would do 40-piece string orchestras, and that was the beauty, to go through the session and watch these guys sit there and play these charts, these string charts, man. I'll never forget one time I was with George Duke. George was producing a record of mine, and he was so phenomenal, man. We were sitting there, and they were playing this incredible string arrangement. And he stands up and he says, "The second chair violin, your G string is out of tune." I was like, what? I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? He's like, I'm just saying. He had like perfect pitch. It was amazing that he could hear out of all these strings, he could hear that one string. Say, you out of tune.
Wow.
Tune that up.
How about that? Bet the whole room went.
Everybody's like, huh? What? But yeah, man, all of those records were string heavy back in the day. I mean, you can go even further back, the Sam Cooke records.
Yep.
There ain't nothing on them, but these strings all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the beauty, man. Strings are, They just took your record from here to there and just added that top beautiful layer, that whole frequency. There's a whole frequency up there that they don't use today on records. All the stuff way up at the top, it's like strings, it's like they don't use that on records anymore.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
You dig? I came of age with hip hop. Now I'm from Houston, so it's not like the influence of folks who grew up in New York City.
Right.
But in my house, Daddy controlled the stereo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So let's just be clear. And he also didn't believe, he didn't play that like you went to your own little thing. Now me and my brother, yeah, we had a record player in our room, but it was kind of like, but he had them big speakers behind his bar in the kitchen.
Right.
So that little record player couldn't even compete with that. So my mom, she had a cake business, so we spent a lot of time just in the kitchen, him behind the bar playing music, these huge speakers. And so for me, it was all the 70s music. It was Marvin Gaye. It was 80s music, but also it was Bobby Blue Bland and B.B. King.
Oh wow,
Those all of that.
Guys.
So that's why even now, yes, I've got lots of music. Yes, I've got Prince. I've got Mary J. Blige. I've got artists. I've got artists. All different genres.
Right.
I think the only genre I don't have on my playlist is polka.
Oh, really?
I got opera, classical, salsa.
Right.
I got soca. I got reggae, R&B, pop, rock, country. I got all that.
Yeah.
I ain't got no polka.
You ain't got no polka.
Polka don't make the cut. I got Zydeco, because my Louisiana influence.
That's New Orleans.
I got right.
New Orleans, yeah.
I got this. I got second. I got all of that. But so for me, I still would say, my go-to, flat out, is that 70s period, because I think it's the combination of bands, of distinct sound, but also lyrics, the sound writing, the songwriting that also was just so that hit. That created that aw shit moment.
Right. But they were real songs, man. They were really great songs that were written then. I think the songs are not as creative as today. They're just a little more shallow. But that has not to say that they ain't selling a bunch of product.
Right.
You know. And the artist, I think everything evolves, and I don't know if it'll come back around to the 70s. I keep thinking, oh man, we're gonna get back to that good old R&B, but I don't think it's gonna come back around. We had our era, and
well, but also the hard part for. So I'll say, sort of who is in your lane today. I would say you take a Eric Benet.
Right.
Phenomenal. I've got several of Eric's albums that a lot of people haven't even heard.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he tweeted the other day where somebody came up to him and he's like, man, after the concert, he's like, man, I just didn't know. Eric was like, I've been in this motherfucker 30 years. That's what he tweeted. He's like, what you mean you didn't know? But part of the problem is that because of radio, there is no space or lane.
There's no outlet there
for what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally just if it's hip hop or if it's anything associated with that. So for that mature voice, for that R&B voice, for that crooner, for that, it's
jamming oldies.
It's just Yeah, it's just
jamming oldies.
Yeah, jamming oldies, right.
Right.
And then when you do something new, the problem is
it's still on jamming oldies.
Right. Like Jeffrey Osborne drops some new CDs, new music's like, the oldies but goodies station.
Right.
You're like,
you ain't gonna hear it not on no pop radio. That's crazy. But radio is like that. I mean, they have a sound and they have a format, and you got to fit that format. And unfortunately, we as veteran artists don't fall into that format.
Yep.
Anymore. So, I mean, it's natural evolution. I understand it. I grew up the youngest of 12 in my family, so I had to wait my turn to listen to what I wanted to listen to.
Yep.
And I was coming up during the Motown era. But my father was a great jazz trumpet player, so I heard Clifford Brown, Miles Davis. My sisters were into Ella Fitzgerald, Gloria Lynn, Nancy Wilson. So I had to listen to a little bit of everything. And as I got older, those artists got faded out. Mm-hmm. So I understand the evolution. Mm-hmm. And they were great, unbelievable artists back in the day.
Right.
I mean, all of them had distinct. Sarah Vaughan, just unbelievable, man. And that's just natural evolution. So here we are. We're into a whole new thing.
So I'm gonna tell you, and it's crazy. So every time you in a concert, I've never heard you sing "Stranger."
I sing "Stranger" all the time.
I ain't never heard it.
You get there late because I open with it. See?
That's the problem right there. You open with it. You shouldn't be opening with "Stranger."
That's
the problem right there. You shouldn't be opening with "Stranger."
Okay.
Open with a lesser song. Open with a non-aw shit song.
But I do "Stranger."
Because "Stranger's" an aw shit song.
It's one of them.
"Stranger's" an aw shit song. So let me tell you.
You know how many people rip that lick off?
What?
That la 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 la. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. That lick got ripped off by so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't see your check?
They can't. There's that law. It's that 7 bars. They can steal your music up to 7 bars. If they cross into the 8 bars, then they gotta pay. So that's like a 2-bar phrase.
Damn. So did you say, damn, I should have made that 8?
I should have made that 8 bars.
Should have made an
8-bar phrase of that sucker.
So let me tell you about a Stranger story. I finished playing golf. I'm in Arlington, Texas. I got a Mazda Miata, black on black. I finished playing. I got my golf clubs behind my Mazda Miata. So at a stoplight, Stranger cranked up. So this Redbone pulls up. Y'all, Redbone is an old school phrase.
That's it,
so
yeah.
Know, if it was a chocolate sister, I would say chocolate sister.
Right, yeah, Redbone, there you go.
So she pulls up, car next to me. I'm jamming. I'm talking about, I'm singing with it, jamming. And she goes, nice song. And I go, I know. Light turn green, take off. Get the next red light. Pull up. She goes, bringing back memories? I go, sure is. Like, takes off. Straight up.
Wow.
Every time I hear Stranger, I think about that story. Too funny.
Wow. Yeah, that was, I'm not sure if Stranger was even a single. I think it was the B-side of one of them 45. Remember how the B-side,
I don't know how.
B-sides
Right.
got played, boy, back in the day.
Right. Doc, I don't know how that wasn't the main one, because that's one that hits.
Yeah, it was. I still do Stranger almost every night. There was a period when I didn't do it though, but in the last 5 or 6 years, I actually opened with Stranger.
Mm-hmm. So the thing that now you talked about, obviously we talked about music and with the radio stations. How has social media really helped veteran artists like yourself? Because even though the record stations and all sorts of stuff like that, you still got grown people who are here.
Yeah.
And when I think about, look, I go to one of your spots or OJ's, the crowd is there. And this is the other thing that I love. They know the lyrics.
Oh, they do.
They know,
oh, yeah.
People sit here, like Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Oh, man.
They know, matter of fact, Frankie ain't got to sing.
Yes,
the band has changed the song, and the crowd gonna go right along with him.
Sing the whole song.
Whole song.
Sing the whole song. It's amazing how our generation of people know the lyrics to every song. Every song. It's amazing. But yeah, social media has actually given us the opportunity to stay in touch with our fans.
That's right. A
direct link, right. I'm able to do meet and greets during COVID, through social media.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing how many people responded. The first one I did was like sold out, where people just wanted to talk to you. They got to purchase merchandise. I signed it right in front of them, ship it to them. So social media, man, is all of that. It's all of that. And these young kids, it's amazing what they have right in front of them. They always come up to me and say, well, dude, can you give me any advice on what I should do? I'm like, advice? Dude, you got TikTok, you got Spotify, you got YouTube, you got we didn't have none of that.
Right.
Just take advantage of what's right in front of you.
Well, also, because, now also they don't have to depend on the label.
They don't.
And that's the other piece. They're in more control of their audience base.
Exactly.
As opposed to everything being label driven.
Right. And, and I think as veteran artists, we should take and learn from these young folks.
Yep.
Because that's basically, I was just talking to Eddie, about Eddie. I was talking to Eddie on his podcast, and I'm like, Eddie, we need to do our own thing now. We need to, I'm working on doing an EP where I don't need a record company.
Right.
I'm gonna put this out for my fans, my base.
Right.
And have it just keep snowballing out there.
That's what this is.
Exactly.
Own it, control it.
Yeah.
I ain't got to ask anybody permission.
Right.
I didn't have to sit here and run it by a 32-year-old white producer. Hey, I want to go interview Jeffrey Osborne. I ain't got to ask nobody.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's what Gerald Albright did when Gerald by doing his own label. And so what has happened? Gerald has posted how his songs have gone to the top the charts, the Billboard Jazz list, whatever.
Right.
But owning himself and not having to ask somebody else's permission. Can I?
Exactly. Exactly. And they're in control of everything. They're in control of your music, your masters, everything.
Right.
So,
right. Well, that's so I'm a firm believer in terms of being in control.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the LTD. How many years were y'all together?
Well, I joined them in 1970. We didn't get our recording deal until 1972, and I left the group in 1981. So I was there for 11 years.
Great success. What leads to leaving? Lionel Richie left the Commodores.
Right.
You left LTD. Felipe Wynn left the Spinners.
Yeah.
There have been some folks, Eddie Kendrick, the others who left.
Teddy, a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Some have left and it worked out. Others didn't.
Exactly. Others didn't.
Why leave?
I left because there wasn't any opportunity for anyone to grow as an individual. So LTD kind of tried to control everything, which was a major mistake. You don't see that today. You see, well, groups like New Edition, they came along and learned from our mistakes, and everybody had a springboard out of that group. Everybody had solo records, and they still come back together.
Right.
LTD wasn't going with that. You know, I was offered a solo album with A&M Records, and they flatly turned it down for me because I had signed some songwriters agreement, so I was tied to them by my own stupidity. You know, I'm young, signing shit I shouldn't have been signing. And there were no outlets, even writing, you know. I had people asking me to write stuff.
Dang, you couldn't even write for
didn't have that outlet at the time because of a songwriter's agreement. So I expressed my desire to leave. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta leave. You know, I was cool when I joined the group. I was like 20 years old, I was young, but you know, I gotta leave unless you open, you know, just open the doors and let me do. I don't want to leave the group.
Right.
I just want to be able to do my thing if I get the opportunity. They're offering me this. That's why I left, because it just, the avenue wasn't there for me to grow as an individual. And I think that's probably what happened with a lot of acts. Now, how it works from that point on, I think for me, what helped me was that I was a songwriter. So I was able to kind of control some of my destiny from that point on.
Right.
I
As
think
opposed to leaving and now you got to depend on somebody else writing your stuff.
Exactly. So I think that's what happened to a lot of people that didn't make it. They didn't have that. I mean, and then not to say you can't make it like that, but you got to have a pool of songs coming at you from people that'll take you to the next level.
Right, absolutely. Right, exactly. Well, look, by the end of the day, for a singer, you need a song.
It's all about the song. If you ain't got the song,
I mean, you ain't a singer.
You ain't right. You can just go sing other people's songs.
Right, that's all you got.
But yeah, you gotta have that song.
I'm Deborah Owens, America's Wealth Coach, and my new show, Get Wealthy, focuses on the things that your financial advisor and bank isn't telling you, but you absolutely need to know. So watch Get Wealthy on the Black Star Network.
I love to ask this to old artists, because I think that period, it was real competition.
Oh yeah.
There were friendly rivalries.
Oh, yeah.
There were
real
rivalries. Give me a couple of folks. So okay, we're gonna do this LTD and then use a solo.
Right.
So with LTD, was there another group where if y'all toured together or you on the same bill where y'all were like, Yo, it was straight up. We about to bring
We
that.
about to
heat.
bring that.
and either whether y'all didn't like each other or you did, but you really said, no, we about to whoop your ass. And or it brought the best out of you.
That was the Commodores.
Really?
That was the Commodores. The big tour back in the day was LTD and the Commodores. We probably did 3 summers of touring with the Commodores. Oh yeah, that was it. And we used to okay, y'all get ready because we gonna bring this shit tonight. But it was always a friendly, healthy, competition. I used to do that with we did shows with the Commodores, LTD, and the OJs. And that was, crazy as Eddie is. Eddie, I'm gonna come out there and sing Love Ballad on your ass tonight.
Is that the most disrespectful thing you can do? To sing another group's hit?
Yeah, that is. That's bad.
That's what Nita Baker did with Luther.
With Luther, right.
She ended her set with
his song.
With his song. And he was like,
yeah, that's disrespectful. It's respect if in your show you pay tribute to someone else and do it, but not when you're on the same show as somebody in front of them and gonna do their song. That's what started the war. That was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work.
Now, had you ever done that?
No, I've never done that. I never would do that. I would never do somebody.
But it was done to y'all? It was done to you?
It was never done to us.
Okay.
I never had anybody do that to me, because that takes.
That's about the word says hitting on your woman.
Yeah, in front of you.
In front of you. Right, that's cold. That's cold.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
So, okay, so now I ask this way. What group historically would you have loved? Okay, so now this whole thing with the versus battle.
Right.
What group historically would you have loved to battle live?
To battle live?
They say you were still LTD. What group would you have loved to battle live? Where it's like, y'all bring y'all best, we gonna bring our best, and we gonna see who the audience goes crazy for.
I think that's the Commodores still. I think that's the Commodores. I mean, we went toe to toe back in the day. That would be the Commodores, right?
So when B.B. King died, I interviewed Lionel Richie. So Lionel tells me a story. He said they were in D.C. And so it's the Commodores, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, yeah.
B.B. King. He said, so they sitting there. He said, the Commodores like, no, we closing. He said the whole battle was like, who gonna go first?
Wait, I've had that one before too.
Who gonna go first?
Right.
And so B.B. King said, hey guys, listen. He said, I found an early flight out of D.C. Won't I go ahead and just open? He said, and then y'all figure out who goes second, goes third. So Lionel said, man, so BB rolled his little amp out there. He said,
I already know.
He plugged that in.
I already know.
And he said he lit that damn stage up. He said, so then the next argument was, shit, who about to follow that?
Right, exactly.
He said, neither one of us wanted to follow it. He said, here we are sitting here arguing back and forth. He said, BB just lit our asses up.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. BB was no joke, man. BB was no joke. BB would destroy guitar players with one note. Just one note, just ow. They be playing all these riffs. He just go, bow. BB will wipe them out, man. You talking about just pure, unfiltered soul. I mean, straight from here. BB was amazing. Just as organic as you could ever be, man.
Yeah, okay, so now as a solo artist.
Right.
Who either brought the best out of you or caused you to say, I'm about to whoop your ass when I hit this stage?
I have to say Teddy Pendergrass. We did shows together, and he was, and actually this was when I was still in LTD.
Teddy was a beast.
Teddy was a beast. Teddy was arrogant though. Teddy would be just telling you, okay, I'm gonna wear y'all out. So he was the guy. We used to go toe to toe all the time. Me and Teddy back in the day.
So he would talk trash.
Oh yeah, he would talk trash. And Teddy, man, Teddy used to do those women-only concerts. He used to just piss men off. Teddy was like...
Tom Jones said it wasn't just women only attending. All the ushers were women. People who worked it were women. He said he didn't want no men in the... Tom said, he said he introduced or something. He said it was the only men were me and Teddy. He was like, he said it was straight women only.
He meant that shit.
Right. That first of all, that's cold.
Yeah, it is.
To say no, women only.
Right, that is cold. But he got away with it for a while. Mm-hmm. He got away with it for a while. Teddy was one of those cats, man. He had that big baritone voice, and he had great songs. Mm-hmm. Some classic songs. It was fun working with Teddy. I liked Teddy. He was cool.
Except when he was talking that trash.
Yeah, well, that was even better. Because, you kind of want someone to talk trash. That just gets you fired up.
But do you talk trash back, or are you the quiet type?
I talk trash back, but I don't start it.
Oh, got it. So
I'm not the guy that's gonna go up and start talking trash to you. But if you talking trash, well, hey.
You ain't gonna do like me. I'm a start.
You're gonna start it,
I'm a start.
Yeah.
I'm a start. It's like when we like Sedge tournament, all the carts were leaving out, and I put on the Ali song. The champ is here.
I'll never forget Sedge tournament when you was walking around with that Houston Astros jersey.
No, that was George Lopez.
That was George.
That's so what happened?
That was classic.
I had total disrespect.
Yeah, you did.
For
LA. You were playing with one of the Dodgers.
It was even worse. No. Remember, the Astros beat the Dodgers and they all mad about y'all cheating. I'm like, y'all just wasn't good enough. So I hit George. George had invited me. George had gotten a ticket. And George had invited me, but I was in New York. I couldn't get back to Houston and watch one of the games. And so then, of course, Astros win. And so I said, George, I got something for you. So I had ordered the My Joys, the Houston Astros shoes. Because George would always have these different kicks.
Right.
So I said, I got something for your ass. And so then he was like, I said, wait till you see these shoes. So then I was like, shoes? I said, no, I'm gonna go get the bag. So I got me an Astros golf bag, and then I got all the head covers. Then I went, no, that ain't enough. So then I ordered these Titleist Pro V1 balls, Houston Astros World Champions.
Oh, God.
So then I went on and found me this large Houston Astros World Champions ball marker. It's really a challenge coin. It's about that big. That's my ball marker. So, man, then I was like, you know what? I don't think this is enough. So the Astros' old colors were the rainbow, that was the J.R. Richard rainbow jerseys. So I said, you know what? I'm going to play the tournament in one of them rainbow jerseys. Then I said, hold up. I said, I wonder if they sell those rainbow stripes on the side of the pants.
Oh, God.
So I went on eBay and found they sold the rainbow stripes.
Oh, my God.
So I went and bought these white Sean John pants, and then I bought a blue pair and a white pair. Had the stripes added to the pants. Then I said, well, you know what? I said, you know what? The baseball socks, they come up to here.
Right.
So then I ordered these orange baseball socks that came up to here. And then I was watching. I was on. Then I ordered the car flags. They go on the car. But the topper was I was online, and Dwight Howard had gone to an Astros game, and he had one of them big foam hats.
Right.
I said, I got to order me that foam hat. They did not sell the foam hats online. You could only buy the foam hats at the stadium. So it was a brother who was a minority owner of the Astros. I hit him up, I was like, Sean, I need to get that hat. I need you to send me that foam hat. So then I had everything. So I said, wait till I roll up. So I had the I League on the champions here. Then so I came out, I had the white pants on. Then I had these cognac eel skin boots. So basically they look orange.
Right.
Then I had this state of Texas belt buckle. It was about that big. And so I put that on. And so that's why, and I had to my camera crew, I said, I'm on the way, press record. So we got the video of me coming up, and the music is loud. And you know, at Georgia's tournament, they got the step and repeat.
Right,
so
exactly.
all the media's
right
there.
out in front there.
So I come up and the music, crank windows down. Back windows down. I had to crank up, and everybody turn around. What the hell? And all they see is all this Astro stuff coming. George was like, that's the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen. And then they put Puig in my group.
Yes, they did.
And every time,
that's what was hilarious.
We could not play golf.
That was hilarious.
We cannot.
I was in the group with y'all.
His swing, remember how bad
his swing was bad.
And every time Puig would swing and he would shank, I would go Verlander. Because Verlander kept him. He was killing him every time. And to get to the point where Puig was like, shit, Verlander. Every time. Oh my God. They were like, Roland, that was the most disrespectful.
That was crazy.
That was the most disrespectful.
Didn't someone steal that hat out your cart?
No, they stole it. Actually, the hat fell off.
Is that what?
And the hat fell off at the previous hole, and they were like passing the hat around.
Right.
Cats were wearing it. And then it finally made its way back to them. They were trying to figure out who had this. Like, shit, all the Astros on. We know it's his damn hat. Oh my God, dude! I got
that
all.
Was classic though.
I got all that video.
That was classic.
That was the most.
That was classic.
That was the most disrespectful I've ever treated. So I said, George, I got something for you. Man, he said, Ro, really? I said, dude, I told you I had some. I just kept adding stuff.
It was crazy.
I just kept adding. It started with the shoes. All I was gonna do was wear the orange and majestic orange and blue shoes, and I was like, it just escalated.
Yeah, you kind of rubbed it in. kind of rubbed it in a little bit.
All of LA
all
folks
them LA
were hot.
Dodgers fans. Oh my God.
They were hot. They were hot.
And of all things to put you in the group with Yasiel Puig.
Right, in the group with him.
That was classic.
Yeah, that was like some disrespectful. Even I will say that was a little.
In hindsight,
I would say that was a little. I ain't taking it back.
Right.
I'm just saying that was a little disrespectful.
Well, but damn, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. That was good. It was good. It was good. I gotta ask you a couple more questions. When did the damn woo woo song just become like stupid crazy?
You know what? It was so funny because that song was written by. I wish I had written that song, by the way.
You ain't lying. Yeah, I bet you do.
It was written by a couple of friends of mine, Bruce Roberts, Andy Goldmark, and it was called You Should Be Mine. And I recorded it. I came home, and I'm playing it around the house, and my daughter was 3. Tiffany was 3 years old at the time. So I'll tell you how long ago.
Yeah.
And she kept walking by singing woo woo, and she said, Dad, I love that woo woo song. And I'm like, you can barely talk. That's not the woo woo song. It's called You Should Be Mine. No, it's the woo woo song. No, it's You Should Be Mine. No, it's the woo woo song. So I'm fighting with a 3-year-old. So I called the songwriter and I said, my daughter says, this is the woo woo song. And they said, well, maybe she's right. So they kind of named it the You Should Be Mine, but in parentheses,
right.
It's called the woo woo song, right?
Wow.
So the record company, before it was released, they were sold on this song. They was like, oh, this song's a hit. So they went out in the street with microphones in the city and had people sing woo, woo, woo. And that was part of their campaign. And people were going crazy over just singing, can you woo, woo, woo? And that song just blew up. And from then, now people are calling me the woo woo man. I'm like, what?
Right, Jeff, that's the woo woo man.
Right, it's a woo woo man, exactly. But that song, man, even still today, I go out and people sing, they love it. In the worse they are, the more fun it is. It don't even matter how good you are or how bad you are. Then people started showing up to concerts knowing I was going to go. They were showing up with instruments. Guys were sitting out with saxophones. Are you serious? I'm serious. They got up with a saxophone. One guy had a flute. I'm like, what? It's like,
Playing the woo-woo.
I'm going to get my moment. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Oh, okay. Now that's wild.
It is wild. Yeah, people just started showing up with instruments. One lady had a tambourine. Just wanted to play the tambourine. I'm like, this is not an audition. This is.
Had you ever done a show and you didn't sing it and they were mad as hell?
I don't think I've ever not sung that show. But, I have songs like that, because, we do corporate dates where be not as many black folks as we like to see out there.
Yes.
And there's certain songs that I don't do there that I would normally do, because now I got 2 career songs for me. Love Ballad was a career song.
Right.
And then On the Wings of Love was a career song because it was my first solo hit.
Ah.
And so between those 2, I sometimes have to pick which one I'm gonna do.
Okay, so when you sing to the black people,
it's Love
what
Ballad.
song you got to do?
It's Love Ballad. All Day and Night. And Woo Woo. And Stranger.
I mean, you sing it to the white people.
It's On the Wings of Love. We're going all the way. They love Stay With Me Tonight. That's what's crazy. That song, the white people love Stay With Me Tonight. Black people, it's all right. It's all right.
Again. Black people say, that ain't an all shit song.
Right.
See, there you go. See, Love Ballad, black people, that's an all shit song.
That's exactly.
See?
Love Ballad is like, I can't do a concert without doing Love Ballad. I have to do it. That's the only song I look forward to singing every night. Well, when you do it, like what? It's been since 1975 and you sing, I've sung that song almost every night. And I look forward to singing it. That's the only song I can say that I really look forward to singing.
Well, D Nice, that's what he closed out. I hit you.
I was
like, dog, do you know D Nice closed out Club Quarantine with Love Ballad?
And I got on with him and he went crazy. He was like, Jeffrey Osborne is on. He did 30 minutes, a solid of my stuff. And Love Ballad, he loves Love. Yeah, that's his song.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jackie Hood Martin, and I have a question for you. Ever feel as if your life is teetering and the weight and pressure of the world is consistently on your shoulders? Well, let me tell you, living a balanced life isn't easy. Join me each Tuesday on Black Star Network for A Balanced Life with Dr. Jackie. We'll laugh together, cry together, pull ourselves together, and cheer each other on. So join me for new shows each Tuesday on Black Star Network, A Balanced Life with Dr. Jackie.
A lot of Richard was performed, and it was a trip. So it was a diverse crowd. He was in Virginia. Man, when it was old, white people were like, oh my God, that was great. Black people like, this is bullshit. He ain't sing Zone. No, it was a trip.
Yeah, that's
Black
how
folks
it is,
were like, how he ain't sing Zone?
Right.
They were like,
Yeah.
in their feelings. And he was like, y'all, I got like a lot of hits. I can't
do them. He can't do them all.
I can't sing all. He said, we gonna be here all night.
Exactly.
I can't. But black folk, you can, man, don't.
Yeah, it's like that. You got to pick and choose. You got to look at your audience. So I always come out first and peek and see who's out there, who's sitting out there, so I can figure out my song list.
Like, we have a mostly white crowd.
Scratch concentrate on you. But you better do that in the black crowd. They were ready, boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can pull that song and pull this one in. All right, where the hell did the sheer shirts come from?
See, I don't know where you got the sheer shirts from. See, I wear the form-fitting, they're kind of muscle shirts, but I don't know where you got the sheer shirts from.
Jeffrey, I've seen you, first of all, Jeffrey, I have seen you multiple times. I've seen you in the fishnet style shirt. I'm telling you.
I think I had that one time.
Jeffrey, I have seen you multiple times.
One time.
I've seen you multiple times.
You're just really...
No, I'm trying to... Jerry, you know you got about 200 sheer shirts at the crib. You know you got a collection.
No, I don't.
Jerry, you were always showing your physique. I'm telling you.
I wear the muscle shirt, the form-fitting shirt.
You got like shit.
You've been spreading this rumor across the nation.
I am not spreading this
everywhere I see him. I just saw him at SEDS. He came up and said, "Oh, I just saw Kim, and he was on stage
with a sheer shirt." And I said, Kim called Jeffrey and borrowed his shirt.
That's funny.
When he walked out, that sheer shirt, I said, Kim been talking to Jeffrey Osborne.
Oh man, that ain't right. That's funny.
I'm telling you. So you say you on one a few times. It was always just the tight fitting shirts.
Yeah, I always wear a tight fitting shirt.
Man,
I used to do the whole suit and tie thing and then just take all the shit off at the end.
Right, then you like.
No, I ain't doing it. I just wear the shirt under the jacket, just take the jacket off.
Multiple times, I'm like, he got this sheer shirt on again. Damn, he again. I said, and that's why I jack with you every time.
No, it's funny because I stopped doing it for a while and people got pissed. Because, my daughter was like, you're 70 years old, dude. You need to stop taking, you need to, keep that jacket on, dude. I'm like, okay. So I stopped. Then all of a sudden people are like, how come you don't take the jacket off anymore? I'm like, oh, damn.
See? I mean, it was so like, Frankie, what happened was, the white thing was a totally accident. That's just what he wore out one time.
Yeah.
And then what happened was one time he said he came out and he had on black or red, and black people like,
yeah,
what the hell is this?
Right, exactly.
He said all that went off on him like, what the hell you got on? And that's why now you go, so that's why like when Frankie performs, you go in his dressing room, he got like 16, 20 white hats. And I'm like, Frankie, they all white. I'm like, y'all couldn't pack 4 or 5? I'm like, I took a picture. I took a picture.
Really?
I took a picture. Man, it's like 15, 20 white hats. And I was sitting and I was like, they all white.
They're all white. But white get dirty quick, so you got to check it. It might have a little spot on this one. White, everything show up.
Ain't nobody gonna see that from way back there. You on stage. So you're saying you really don't. It really wasn't a sheer shirt thing.
I might have had a sheer shirt at one time.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, you know. And you know what? I think it was that you saw it.
There's a trunk in your house. Your wife done packed up some shit, stored. It's a big ass trunk.
I wish I had that damn sheer shirt right now.
Trunk.
I'd auction that sucker off.
It's a big ass shirt. It's a big ass trunk with a bunch of sheer shirts in it. That's why y'all understand. We were playing Jeffrey's golf tournament, and we were taking a group picture, and I was like, Jeffrey, do you have sheer shirt and the golf shirts in the bag? I said, for all the golf.
He has promoted this sheer shirt all across the nation. Every time I see him, it's like, oh man.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, every time, I swear, I'm telling you.
You know, when you started that, it was cruise ship. We were on a cruise ship with Minnesota. We were doing a Minnesota thing on a cruise ship. And we came through and did the interview. That's when you started. I'll never forget. It was me and Peebo and Freddie. And you, I was like, oh, man.
Yes, absolutely. Last question. Last question.
Right.
Who today would you love to do a duet with?
Gladys Knight.
Y'all ain't never done
Never did one.
Really?
She would be my all-time favorite to do a duet with.
Did y'all try and it's never worked out?
We toured together one time. We did a tour. It was just me and her. And we talked about, and we just never got it done. But I would love to do a duet with Gladys.
Really?
Yeah. Now, on the youthful side, I wouldn't even know. I couldn't even tell you, because none of them young kids gonna sing with me anyway. But
who? Okay, okay. So on the youthful side, who you listen to music?
Right.
Who would you like to do something with?
Right now, I think the person to do it with would be her. She's just like phenomenal. She's like, I like what they're doing with her. She's got her own little music festival happening. She's doing some big things.
Cool.
It just exploded for her. But yeah, I would think that would be an interesting combination to do a duet with.
Okay. All right then. Well, I'm gonna call Gladys.
Yeah, call Gladys.
Call Gladys and say, Gladys, look, y'all need to,
hook up.
She's in Vegas.
She's in Vegas.
You here in LA. That's like it's an hour plane ride. This ain't that hard.
That's easy.
That's easy.
I haven't done many duets in my career. I've only done 2 that I can think of. Dionne Warwick and the Joyce Kennedy duet that I did back in the day. But I've always threatened to do duets. I was supposed to do a duet with Aretha, and that never happened. But that was a lot of Clive Davis. Because we were both on Clive's label at the time, Arista. And he had a way of having to choose everything. And so it never got done.
Being in control.
It never got done.
See, that goes back to that whole point of being
back
in
to
control.
record.
See, that's just the thing for me. If I want to go do, look, I'm going to do this. To me, that's just because I'm just a believer of, I hate that, man. I would love to do one with Aretha, but it never happened.
Right.
My deal is, make it happen.
I did a whole James Ingram duet album that never came out. Nobody even knows we did it.
Say what?
I did a whole album.
What the hell happened to the album?
I have no idea.
What record label was that with?
It was Interscope.
So it's just sitting.
Interscope. Well, they were going through this big transition, and I guess they were selling part of the company to Warner's or something, and it got caught up in the mix. It was.
So what? The music is just sitting somewhere on a tape?
Yeah, it's just sitting somewhere, right?
See,
we did probably 6 songs, and
wow.
And it was a really interesting project.
See, that's the thing. Again, that's the thing that's the thing that I hate. I hate when somebody makes a decision, and you have something like, and it's just never gets out. No one hears it. No one, unless somebody with a brain goes, "Yo, drop it." It's just it's sitting there. When I was at CNN, they asked me to interview Winnie Mandela, and they were like, and when it was over, they came back. They was like, why didn't you ask Winnie this? And I was like, well, why in the hell y'all didn't talk to her?
Right.
Y'all let me talk to her. I asked her what the hell I wanted to ask her.
Right.
And they said, well, we're not gonna run the interview.
What?
I said, okay. So I went to the president of CNN US, John Klein. I said, yo, they ain't running the interview, so give me the tape so I can run on my TV One show.
Right.
And we did. Winnie Mandela dies in 2018. I restreamed the interview. The only reason you can see today my interview with Winnie Mandela is because I had my own platform.
Right.
And said, I want to run it over here. If I did not have that interview would be sitting
right.
on a tape, on a shelf at CNN in Atlanta, and would have never been seen.
Yeah.
That would just happen on ABC. So ABC, one of their shows, did a long interview with James Baldwin, and a white producer said, "No one cares about this washed-up black writer." It was in 1979, and it just, I think that the person who did it had the interview and released it or talked about it, but since 1979, it never aired. That's crazy to me.
It is crazy.
We're all impacted by the culture, whether we know it or not. From politics to music and entertainment, it's a huge part of our lives, and we're going to talk about it every day right here on The Culture with me, Faraji Muhammad, only on the Black Star Network.
That's crazy. When I met James Ingram, so I was in Essence Festival. I met his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, tell your daddy, can he do a song where he finally get the woman? She hollered, and she said, "I'm gonna let him know." And then when the history makers, because one day, man, I was at the crib, and again, I had the lights down, I had the light, so I'm just chilling, man, listening to music. And I'm playing James Ingram, and I played this one song, and I played another song. And matter of fact, it was a sister I was with. So we listened, another song, I went, shit, I said,
that's funny.
I said, hold up. That's about the 6 or 7 James Ingram song we done heard. He ain't got the woman in not now song.
Just once. Just once get that.
I was like, so when the history makers, Anna Quincy Jones, they had the interview, Gwen Ifill interviewed Quincy, and when it was over, they had, I think, Eddie sang and James Ingram sang. Man, I was like, James, good to meet you. Man, I said, how you do all this? You never got the woman. I think he did one song. Man, he fell out laughing. I said, dog, I sat there with every song. I said,
wow.
I said, can you do a song when you finally get the woman?
It probably wouldn't have been a hit.
Right. He was crying, laughing. He said, Roland, you ain't got no sense. I said, dog, I'm just saying, I was sitting there and I was like, because I listened, I was like, that's about the 6th song we done listened to. I said, and the deal was never closed.
Find 100 ways. Find 100 ways. He's like,
somebody watching this right now, they gonna go back and they're like,
listen to this right.
Roland ain't lying. He never got the woman.
I love James, man. What a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. We did a lot of shows together. We did a lot of work together. Great guy. Classic singer, too. Now, he did a ton of duets.
Yeah.
He did duets with everybody.
Yeah.
I was looking at them like, wow.
Absolutely.
Well, let's do this. We're going to do this Gladys duet.
Okay. I'm going to hit Glass. We're going to do that. And when y'all record it, you can wear your shirt. Oh, no, the last question. Have you and the Lakers, have y'all, like, mended fences?
Not yet. But it was funny because I was at an event Friday night, the Pumps event, and Frank Vogel was there. So I wanted to meet Frank Vogel. I'd never met Frank Vogel. I go backstage and I meet Frank, and I'm like, Frank, Jeffrey Osborne. And I was shocked. He like, well, I love your music, and we're talking. And I said, yeah. I said, you know, I used to do the anthem for the Lakers, man. I opened their season for 32 years straight.
Wow.
I said I did all the championship games. I said I was close with Magic, and, you know, I said, and he said, well, how come you haven't been doing it? I said, well, it's a long story. He said, well, I want to hear it. So I'm like, okay, well, you want to hear it? There you go. So I told him, I said, yeah, well, you know, I went to the Lakers when Kobe was retiring, and I said, look, I sung his very first game I want to sing his last game. You know, they was like, oh, no problem, Jeffrey. You know, I said, you know, I put everything aside to make sure I'm there for you guys. So 2 weeks in front, I see, I don't even hear from them. I see on the Bleacher Report that Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is going to play bass on the anthem, play the anthem on bass for Kobe's last game. And I'm like, oh no. So I call, I'm not going to mention the name, but I call her and I said, look, I thought I was doing this game. Well, you know, it came down to sponsors, and I said, look, I've been doing the anthem longer than you ever was here. There's been 5 different people in charge of entertainment. You weren't even there. I said, I know who calls the shots. Lakers call the shots. I don't care. I said, and it's Kobe's game. And I talked to Kobe at the Lakers golf tournament. And he said, yeah, you should do it. And he had a basketball signed for me backstage. I was going to come back to the locker room and get it. I said, and he was shocked. So she said, well, I hope you're not upset. I said, I'm not upset. Just don't call me no more. So Frank said,
wait a minute, I ain't upset.
I ain't upset.
Just lose my damn number.
Right. So Frank says, are you serious? I said, yeah. He said, how can we get you back? How can we get you back? I said, I don't know. I said, you know, I kind of let it go now. You know, it's not like. But it was kind of disrespectful.
But also, that was personal.
Yeah, it was. You know, I felt like I was loyal to them.
Right.
I always was there for them. No matter what, I would put stuff aside for them. And I thought that they kind of fell short on their loyalty.
Wow.
You know, so I haven't done it. I did go back and do it when he retired his jersey. Magic was like, come on, man, they're going to retire his jersey. Let's try to make this up and do that. So I did it then, but I haven't done it since. So.
All right.
And then, you know, I even gave up my season tickets. I had season tickets for years. That's how hurt I was. I was like,
yeah, you were pissed off.
Done. I'm done.
You were like, lose my damn number. you gave up the season tickets?
I gave my season tickets.
Yeah, no, that was, yeah. You were a little.
I was upset. I was a little upset.
As they say, you were a wee bit crispy.
Yes, I was.
Yes, you were crispy.
But, you know, and then now all of a sudden, then LeBron comes. I'm like, oh, wow, I would like to LeBron, but, you know, I'm good with it. I'm actually good with it, you know.
Now, so the Vogel say, yo.
No, Vogel wants me to come back and do it, yeah.
All right, well.
So I said, well, you're going to have to.
Well, if we see you doing a Lakers game, we know fences have been mended, but, all right.
But it's kind of like business now to me. You know, I just did that.
Right.
I never charged them a penny. I always just did it because I was friends with everybody on the team.
Right.
Well, you were there at the softball game. I had Kareem, I had Worthy, I had Byron, I had
damn
Magic.
Free throw contest at a softball game.
Exactly.
Magic versus Kareem.
Exactly. So, you know, we were tight. And, you know, I used to do it. I did it on the City Hall steps before we got on the bus for the championship ceremony, the parade. So I was done it in every situation that there was. I did it in the locker room at the Garden in Boston. Because they were that superstitious. They were like, well,
you did it. Hold up. You did it.
I did it in the locker room.
Nobody did.
Well, with the players were there.
You did it for the players.
Yeah, because I wouldn't sing in Boston. You know,
right.
They hated me in Boston because I sang for the Lakers. I had a guy tell me, I'm not going to sell your records anymore in my store. You can't, how, you're from Providence, Rhode Island, and you're singing for the Lakers? Oh, no, that's not going to work for us. I said, well,
damn.
I don't care. Don't sell it. I don't care. It's one store.
Wow.
That's how serious they were, yeah.
So you saying in the locker room?
I sang in the locker room.
They were that superstitious. They were like, Jeffrey, we need you to, we need you to come sing the national anthem. You like, at the Garden? No. In the locker room at the Garden.
Yeah, I've done it.
I ain't never heard that one before.
Really?
Of somebody coming to sing the national anthem in the locker room. That's a first.
Hey,
I mean, I've heard, hey, come say the prayer.
Right.
Come give a pregame motivational speech. I ain't never heard a team saying, hey, we need you to come sing the national anthem to us.
I had to show Jerry Buss how to get to his team in Boston. He didn't even know how to get to the locker room. That's so back in the 80s. Jeffrey, can you show me where my team is? I'm like, come on, Jerry.
Oh, my God.
Crazy. I sang it, I'm telling you, I sang it on the City Hall steps before they went out
Yeah, yeah. No, that was personal. That hit.
Yeah,
it
was personal.
That hit.
And I, you know what? I talked to Magic about it. I said, "Am I overreacting? What do you think?" He said, "No, you're not overreacting."
No, here's what it is. It's called you valuing loyalty.
Right. Exactly.
And they gave you a word, you were gonna do it.
Exactly.
That's the other piece. So you gave me a word, I'm doing it, and I had to find out.
And it probably was the biggest game I've ever seen. Out of all the championship games I've sung, everybody was there for Kobe's last game.
Right.
Everybody. It was amazing.
So for a non-championship game, that's the other piece. It wasn't like it's one of those.
It was the biggest.
It's a thing that's not going to happen again. That's
for sure. Yeah.
I got you. Well, JL, good chatted up with you, man.
Great, man.
Always good to see you.
Now I got to go babysit. I got Wednesdays and Fridays. I have to babysit Tiffany's little 2-year-old kid.
You got Wednesdays. So
Wednesdays and Fridays.
You're on a schedule.
I'm on a schedule.
So the person who told you that's the woo woo song now has you on a schedule.
Right. Babysit. It's great too. He's a handful, but
yeah, no kidding.
But
I can see you, man. Sit your ass down.
It's funny how the roles reverse. You know, it's like wow. But you know, I got 2 great grandkids. So,
dang, how many grand? How many great? First of all, how many kids?
How many kids I have? I have 4 children.
4 children.
I have 6 grandchildren.
6 grandchildren
and 2 great grandchildren.
Wow.
Yeah. That makes me old.
Yeah. Oh, how old are you?
73.
See? See
you old.
No. I'm trying to say the oldest I've interviewed. So Richard Lawson, 74.
Oh, is he?
Richard, 74.
I'm up.
No. The oldest I've interviewed this week was Bill Duke.
Oh, really?
Bill's 78.
Okay. You got to get Smokey then.
Bill's, no, I've already done Smokey.
You did?
I did Smokey about 3 years ago.
Okay.
I absolutely got Smokey. I have been trying to. We told Richard Roundtree I was coming. Man, I've been calling his home phone.
Really?
I'm like, Rich. Answer the phone, and his voicemail full.
Don't you hate that when the voicemail's full?
Then he goes, call me on your cell, if you got it.
If you got it.
If you got it. I'm like, well, you the one gave me the home phone. Say, I'll just call the home phone. You can reach me.
Well, he says that because he knows you ain't got it. Because if you had it, you would have called him on the cell.
He literally, on his voicemail says, call me on my cell phone if you got it. I said, that's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. So see, you like on the younger side of the people I interviewed this week.
Wow.
Because it's Bill Duke.
Right.
Richard Lawson, Glenn Turman.
Okay.
Then you.
All right. I'm feeling spry.
See, there you go. See, now you can go babysit.
I'm ready to go get this, hang out with the 2-year-old.
That's it. JL, always a pleasure, baby.
Man, my pleasure. Thank you, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
Great chopping it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Always.